I trusted the wrong person and lost everything. And today, I'm going to tell you my story. Not because I want sympathy, but because maybe, just maybe, someone watching this right now can avoid the same mistake I made. Because one wrong person can destroy a lifetime of hard work. I was 65 years old. Not rich, but comfortable. I had a small home, a peaceful life, some savings, and most importantly, I had peace in my heart. I worked my whole life. I didn't gamble. I didn't waste money. I wasn't chasing luxury. I was the kind of man who believed in simple living. I believed in honesty. I believed people were mostly good. And that belief was my biggest weakness. Because the world has changed. People don't always smile because they care. Sometimes they smile because they're planning to take something from you. And I didn't see it coming. It started like a normal day, just like any other day. I was sitting outside my house, drinking tea, enjoying the breeze. And then I got a phone call, a friendly voice, a voice that sounded confident. He said my name like he already knew me. He said he was a businessman. He said he had seen my work. He said he respected me. And he said he wanted to help me. I still remember that moment because it felt good. It felt good to hear someone say I mattered. At 65, you don't hear that often. People stop noticing you. They stop valuing you. So when someone suddenly shows interest, you feel alive again. That was the first trap. He started calling regularly. Not every day, but enough to make me feel like he was part of my life. He asked about my health. He asked about my family. He asked about my struggles. He acted like he cared. And slowly, I started trusting him. I didn't even realize it was happening. Because trust doesn't happen in one day. Trust is built slowly, like a wall, brick by brick. And once that wall is built, you stop questioning. You stop doubting. You stop protecting yourself. One day he said, I have an opportunity for you. He told me about a business deal. He said it was safe. He said it was legal. He said many people were already earning from it. He said, you're 65, you deserve to relax now. Let your money work for you. Those words hit my heart because deep inside, I was tired. I was tired of working. I was tired of worrying about money. I wanted peace. I wanted security. I wanted a future where I didn't have to think about bills. He told me if I invested some money, I could double it, maybe even triple it. He didn't pressure me at first. That's what made him smart. He said, take your time. Think about it. That made me believe he was genuine. So I did think about it for days. And every time I hesitated, he would call and say something like, I don't want you to miss this chance. He would say, people like you deserve better. And slowly, he made me feel like I was making a smart decision, not a risky one. Then he said something that changed everything. He said, if you invest now, you can leave something for your family. That sentence destroyed my logic because every father, every husband wants to leave something behind. I wanted to feel like I still had purpose. I wanted to feel like I was still providing. So I agreed. I gave him money, not all at once. At first a small amount. And after a few days, he sent me proof. He showed me returns. He showed me numbers. He showed me messages. It looked real. And that's when I made the biggest mistake. I gave him more. I gave him my savings. Money I had saved for years. Money that was supposed to protect me in old age. Money that was supposed to keep my family safe. And when I handed it over, I felt proud. I felt like I was finally doing something big, something smart, something that would change my life. But the truth is, I was walking into a fire, and I didn't even smell the smoke. A few weeks later, he called again. He said, your investment is growing. He said, you are earning more than you expected. I was shocked. I was happy. I was excited. For the first time in years, I felt hope. Then he said, if you invest a little more, you can earn even more. And that's when I did something I still regret every day. I took money from everywhere. I borrowed. I even sold things. I convinced myself it was temporary. Because I believed him. I trusted him like family. And then, one day, I tried calling him. No answer. I called again. No answer. I messaged him. No reply. I waited. Hours passed. Then a full day. Then another. My heart started feeling heavy. My stomach started turning. I kept thinking, maybe he's busy. Maybe his phone is off. Maybe something happened. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. Then I went to the place he told me he worked. It was not real. The office didn't exist. The address was fake. That moment felt like the ground disappeared under my feet. I remember standing there, frozen, like a statue. People were walking around me. Cars were passing. Life was moving. But my life stopped. I went home, and I didn't speak. Not because I didn't want to, but because I couldn't. I felt like I had swallowed glass. I sat down and stared at the wall for hours. Then I looked at my hands, and I thought, these hands worked for decades. These hands built my life. And now, because of one mistake, everything was gone. The worst part was not losing the money. The worst part was losing my dignity. I felt ashamed. I felt stupid. I felt weak. I kept hearing the voice in my head. I didn't want them to see me as a failure. But sooner or later, the truth comes out. And when they found out, the pain was worse than I imagined. Not because they screamed, not because they insulted me, but because I saw disappointment in their eyes. That disappointment hurt more than any words. I watched my wife cry. I watched my children worry. And I realized I didn't just lose money. I lost their sense of security. I lost their trust. And I lost the peaceful life I had built. After that, everything changed. My home felt different. My days felt heavy. I stopped sleeping properly. I stopped eating properly. I started waking up at night, thinking about that man, thinking about what I could have done differently, thinking about how I could go back in time. But life doesn't give you a rewind button. And the cruel truth is, the world doesn't care about your regret. Bills still come, life still moves, and you still have to survive. There were days I felt like giving up. Days I thought, what is the point of living now? At 65, starting over feels impossible because your energy is not the same. Your mind is not the same. Your strength is not the same. But the pain is still the same. It's even stronger because you know you don't have time to recover. And that thought is terrifying. But today, I'm not telling you this story to make you sad. I'm telling you because I want you to learn. Because the world is full of people like him. People who pretend to care. People who talk sweetly. People who know exactly what to say. They target older people. They target good people. They target those who are lonely. Because they know kind hearts are easy to manipulate. If you are watching this, and someone promises you fast money, be careful. If someone says, trust me, be careful. If someone calls you too often and acts like they are your friend, be careful. Because real opportunities don't need pressure. Real people don't get angry when you ask questions. Real honest people don't rush you. And if someone is trying to make you feel special, just so they can take your money, run away. And please, never feel embarrassed to ask someone for advice. Talk to your family. Talk to a lawyer. Talk to someone who understands. Because one conversation can save your entire life. I wish I had done that, but I didn't. I thought I was smart enough. I thought I could handle it alone. Money can be earned again, but peace is harder to rebuild. Thank you for listening to my story. And if you ever felt betrayed, if you ever trusted someone and got hurt, just know you're not alone.